Hello everybody, welcome back to Easy Weeknight Cooking with Heart's Desire Spice Blends. We are in the middle of our holiday prep series with a really great recipe for roasted bird. Now you can do this on chicken, turkey, whatever you like, whatever. Anyway, we have a chicken in the oven right now, getting the finishing touches on it. And I'm going to teach you how to prep this thing to have a lot of just great juicy flavor. We're not gonna stuff this one today. We do have a video on our website from last year that does teach you how to not only stuff, but truss your turkey or chicken. Let's go ahead and just keep it to the bird tonight. And what do we need first? Some sort of bird. Yes, this is chicken. I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get this one taken care of and stick it in the freezer. Pre-spiced. School. 1 to 2 cubes of butter. Chicken about this size is gonna take a half a cube. 1 tablespoon per cube of butter of Provincial Poultry. And we are going to do what's called compound butter tonight and put it under the skin of the turkey and let that thing do its marvelous work in the oven. So, first of all, when you're dealing with your bird, normally when you get it from the store, it has the neck, the giblets, a few things in the cavity, and you do need to get those out. So, taking a look here, we've got a neck, and this one's got a lot of extra fat. I'm gonna take this bunch of fat right here out because this is a chicken. Generally, we don't need extra fat. So reach in there and you can check out giblets. Normally this is heart, liver. There we go. I have some giblets. I'm gonna take a quick look-see. It looks like that's pretty clean there. And down in the neck cavity, sometimes they have some giblets too. So I'm gonna take a look right there. And nope, that one's clean. So with that, I'm gonna put that aside, wash my hands, and tell you how to do that compound butter. Bring your butter over. I like to start by cutting into the butter with a fork real quick, just to give myself a little bit more surface area so I can fold those spices in. Then I'm gonna sprinkle my poultry right over the top of that, and we're going to mix these together. Now, this is a really great way to not only introduce a lot of flavor, but also a lot more moisture into those hard to moisturize areas of your bird, like the breast. Oftentimes, your turkey or chicken breast is the driest part of the bird. You gotta add a little bit more fat there in order to get it to be tender and nice and juicy. Mix your spices and your butter really well so you have a uniform color. You don't want bits of just butter and you don't want bits of just spice either. You want a good uniform color here. Now take a look-see. There you are. You have now an herbed butter. Oftentimes, what a person can do is take just this herbed butter, go ahead, put it in some parchment or wax paper, stick it in the fridge, bring it out for your rolls on Thanksgiving Day. Now, this batch, we're not gonna do that with. Why? Because it's gonna be all over the bird and you don't wanna contaminate things. So you can put some of this aside for yourself. With a bird, you're gonna judge the butter and the spices by the size of your bird. So half a cube of butter will do a chicken. So if you've got a really big turkey, you're gonna want 2 cubes. If you don't have a really big turkey, maybe 1 will do. I would generally go ahead and start making it 1 cube at a time for a turkey. Now comes the part where we get to get our hands dirty. This is a lot of fun. I am going to turn this around so I can see the tail cavity here, the abdominal cavity of the bird. As you can see here, I am taking the skin separate from the muscle, which is separate from the meat. And there is a membrane in between the skin and the meat that we have to loosen here. Otherwise, we're not gonna get all this gorgeous compound butter in between there. And honestly, we want this really great flavor to stay in between the meat and the skin. That way, all the flavor doesn't just run off the bird into your soon-to-be gravy. It stays on the bird. And yes, it will infuse the gravy really well. So I'm going to separate the skin from the muscle. There are a couple of tough membranes there. Be careful with this because you don't want to rip the skin. Often I will take a finger and hook it around a bit of membrane if I can, and go ahead, put my whole hand in here and start separating. I'm also going going to start separating on the legs and the wings and just get in as far as I can reach. But I'm not going to separate it to the neck because I want all that beautiful fat from the butter to stay under the skin, soak right into that breast meat. So now that I've gotten this part of the turkey done, I'm going to start off with grabbing bits of butter and just shoving it in there all the way. And I'm just going to grab bits and shove it in there. We're gonna smooth those out in a minute. At this point, I want lots of pockets of butter in there, especially on the breast meat, so that we can introduce a lot of really great flavor and a lot of fat to that breast meat, which is what's going to keep it less dry, more flavorful, and more yummy. Now, you'll notice I'm also going to put it under the skin on the legs because you do want to season the whole bird, right? Now that I've got some gobs of butter sticking up everywhere like this mutant thing, I'm going to press on them from the outside to smooth them down, and it's going to spread that beautiful butter across the muscle of the turkey so you're not getting your hands as dirty, and it actually works. Now I'm going to flip this cute little bird over. Now you've noticed we've not done anything to this side of the turkey. You're going to continue separating the top of this turkey skin from the meat. Don't forget to get into the wing pocket there, along the back and to the back of the thighs, because you want to get some of this compound butter everywhere. This is ready to go into a wire rack lined pan. And I have this Yield cast iron does beautiful for this kind of thing. But there's one thing we need to do first. We need to tie these legs up. So normally with a bird, you're going to be stuffing this. I'm not gonna stuff this one tonight, but basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna put as much stuffing into both the neck cavity and the abdominal cavity of this bird as you can possibly fit. And all these juices are gonna come right down into that stuffing. You want your stuffing a little drier than you would if you were just to bake it. And the point there is to add more flavor to your bird and have your bird add more flavor to your stuffing. What I have here, a piece of cotton twine. Definitely cotton. You don't want to go polyester. Polyester might melt in your oven. So I'm going to catch one leg and twist this so that I can, pick up the bird with that cotton twine. I'm going to loop it around the other leg and bring the other leg towards the first one. Now that the legs are tied together, you're going to take these wings and fold them as far behind your bird as possible so that you've got a really compact looking bird here. That way you keep as much of the juices in there and you keep the temperature from getting too weird on you. Say you don't want the wings hanging out there because the wing will get overdone a lot quicker than the breast will get even halfway done. So tuck your wings underneath your turkey, breast side up. Go ahead and put it in your pan, and you're gonna cover this for 10 minutes per pound in a 350 oven. I need to wash my hands. I'm gonna show you what I've got in the oven that is smelling and looking phenomenal. Gorgeous stuff, oh my gosh, you're gonna love this. Do you believe that? Seriously, that is gorgeous. You gotta see this. Oh my gosh. And it is still sizzling away. Oh, and it smells so good. My goodness, I can hardly wait to bite into this thing. Now, this is an instant read thermometer. What we're going to do is we're going to slide this into the breast, basically at the thickest part of the breast, but not right next to the bone. So we want to temp this basically in the middle of the breast. We're looking for between 160 and 170 degrees. And you're going to want to let this rest for a few minutes. Basically what happens is this will give off a lot of juices, the muscles relax, the muscle fibers relax, the meat fibers relax, and soak up those juices back into the meat. And that's when you want to serve. One of them looks like it needs a little bit more cooking, but over here on the breast we've got 160. That means I can taste one of these legs for you. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a quick slice. This guy is wonderfully brown everywhere. You can see some of the spices under the skin. It is steaming like nobody's business. Go ahead and plate this guy. That is so good. The skin is crunchy. Who else here? The skin is my favorite part. Who else is with me? Seriously, that is so wonderful. So from our house to yours, that is how you do your roasted bird in the oven with Provincial Poultry for some of the best, juiciest bird that you've had in a long time. So from our house to yours, you guys keep things tasty. We will see you next week, and you guys have a fantastic Thanksgiving.